Good evening, my name is Rocky Klitsky and I am the campus director at Globe University, Madison East. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce this evening's guest speaker. Derrell Connor is a columnist for Channel3000.com and Madison Magazine in the greater Madison community. He also hosts a weekly radio show for 1310 WIBA AM in Madison and writes a blog. Derrell is a regional sales representative at Assurant, served as past chair of Urban League of Greater Madison's Board of Directors, a member of the Greater Madison Chamber of Commerce's Minority Business Advisory Council, and has actively been involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters for the past 10 years. His hobbies include basketball, golf, talk radio, movies, and attending sporting events. Ladies and gentlemen, Derrell Connor.
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to say, first of all, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart to Globe University for inviting me here tonight. I appreciate it very, very much. And extra special thanks to Melissa Simon and Dee Dee Collette, who asked me to come here tonight. And I am deeply honored to be here and to be able to speak in front of you. You know, in doing this, I did some thinking, and I decided that I wanted to keep my comments very brief. Because, one, this is your day. And number two, I know how it is because I have sat in meetings like this, where you have a keynote speaker, and they just don't stop talking. And here you are, you're sitting here, you have your cap and gowns on, you're ready to throw your cap in the air, and you're wondering when the keynote speaker is going to stop talking. So, I have 5 things to share with you tonight, and I promise you they will be brief, so I don't have to hear when will he stop talking. The first thing is, be proud of what you've accomplished today. Some of you may just be out of high school. Some of you may have taken another journey. Maybe you worked at a job for some time and you decided that this wasn't what you wanted to do, that you wanted to do something else, and you sat down and thought about what are some of the things that you like to do, what are some of the things you're good at, or maybe you thought, what do I want to be when I grow up? And believe me, at age 43, I'm still wondering that myself. But whatever the case, be proud, because one of the toughest things to do in life is to, first of all, pick up the phone and inquire about a different career path. And the other hard thing to do is to actually walk into those doors for the first time and take those classes. So, from the bottom of my heart, I'd say be very, very proud. And I'm proud of you. I don't even know you. But I'm proud of the fact that you took it upon yourselves to get up one day and say, I want to go to Globe University. I want to go on a different career path. I want to broaden my horizons. And I want to carve out a different future for myself. Now that this day has come, what's next? Another difficult thing to do is to throw that cap in the air and say, hey, I graduated. All the hard work that you put in, all the late nights of studying, and everything else that you have going on in your life. You say, now what? Now it's time to go out and get your resumes ready and go out and apply for jobs, and that can be tough. Going on interviews can be a very, very tough thing. And I have been on plenty of them in my life, and I tell you, you're always nervous before you walk in, especially for the very first time. For those of you, and you'd be surprised how many people have never gone on a job interview before. It can be a tough thing. And there are a lot of folks who, because of their own fears and their own head trash, don't bother to show up for those interviews. But what I want you to do is keep in mind all the sacrifices that you made to get to this point, all of your accomplishments along the way, all the encouragement that you've gotten from family and friends that are here tonight, all the study time, everything that you've done to make it to this point. The hard part is over. So as you're out there and you're looking for a position in whatever you decided to study in and get a degree in, keep that in mind, that the hard part is over. The other thing I want to share is always keep your eyes and your ears open. You know, opportunities have a way of presenting itself when you're not expecting it. And it may not be even in the field that you decided to come to Globe University for. I want to share a brief story with you. You know, being a writer and a radio talk show host was something that was not in my career plan. If you had told me 8 years ago that that's what I would be doing today, I would tell you that you were absolutely nuts. But things have a way of happening. And for me, it was entering a ESPN radio contest about 7 years ago. Competed against a few guys from a few folks around the area, made the finals. I didn't win, I came in second. The gentleman who won, he, along with the program director, called me up about a month later and asked me would I be interested in doing a two-person sports talk radio show on Monday nights. And I jumped at the chance, and we started doing a show called Fan Line on 1070 WTSO here in Madison. And that's really how it started. A few months later, I was asked to do a radio show on my own. I decided to do that. And a couple of years down the road, I was approached by WISC about becoming a writer for their website. Now, I had never written anything before, except in college, you do term papers and things like that. But I was scared to death because I had no idea what I was going to say and how I was going to say it and what I was going to write about. But I did it anyway, and I found that I enjoyed it very much. So I started doing that column, and then about 4 or 5 months later, I was approached by Madison Magazine about writing a business column for the magazine each month. Again, this isn't about me, it's about you. But I share this story because you just never know what can happen. The things that you may be doing today, tomorrow you may be on a completely different path. But my advice to you is just to keep your eyes and your ears open for any type of opportunity that comes your way. The other thing I wanted to let you know is never forget what it took to get here. This is an accomplishment that you will remember for the rest of your life. As you sit here today and as your family and friends are watching you, I'm sure they've taken plenty of pictures. And you'll be able to look back 5, 10, 15, 20 years later and look back on this day, whether you're thinking about it in your head or whether you're looking at pictures and say, you know what, this was a significant accomplishment. And it really is. You can look back on this and say, for some of you, this is when my life changed. And finally, I want to share something that a very wise person once told me. And that was, there are 4 things in life that are the most important. Family, faith, friends, and career. Now, faith doesn't have to be a belief in God. It can be a belief in yourself. It can be a belief in your own abilities. Whatever the case, if you don't have those 4 things intact, if one of those things are out of whack, you find yourself a little bit out of balance. But if you keep those things intact, not only will you stay balanced, but you'll have a great life and a great career in whatever you decide to do. So finally, I'd like to say this. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I know that this is a great day, and you all should be proud of what you accomplished today. Thank you so much for listening to me babble on for the last few minutes. I appreciate it, everyone. Thank you.